It's been an overwhelming time, an intensely personal time, and a collective time. Having conversations that matter often happen one-on-one, but they don't often happen with 3,000 people. And to bear witness to conversations that matter has been a deep and humbling and inspiring time. Because part of the 20-year ministry I've had with the congregation I've served is about how to navigate shame. And there's no way to navigate shame. There's just ways of facing it. And often the posture that we face it in is with our heads down, slumped, and feeling quite overwhelmed before you begin. And what I've borne witness to is people that have learned in many ways and deeply significant practices and spiritual postures, ways of being, of how to face shame. And that's been very motivational, because a lot of the work that we do in congregational ministry is about helping people find the grace of God in and through their pain. And it's not conversations people like to have, and what I'm finding happening here is that First Nations people are revealing, modeling, showing, embodying collectively and individually how to talk about pain, how to face shame, and invite others into that, saying that these conversations aren't to hurt, they're to heal. And so there's been many times that I've been inspired by individuals and intergenerational stories where people have said, I don't want to live like this anymore. With the anger, with the resentment, with the lack of self-esteem, I want to respect myself, my family, my community, and finding ways to do that. And over again, they're sharing how part, or the releasing part of that, has been to come to a place of forgiveness. And we know that language, but how do you live that language? How do you embody it? How do you bring it to practice? So for me, this isn't a story about other, this is a story about us. It's not a story about someone else's shame, it's a story of my shame. It's a story of our country's shame. And what I find inspiring is that it's not just individual work, it's collective work. So often in a church community, we want to call it the body of Christ, but we also know it's an institution. And people get cynical about systemic change. I'm inspired by systemic change. I'm seeing governments change their curriculum, their educational practices and formation for teachers. I'm seeing police forces, RCMP, and very institutional presence in the land saying, we're ready to change. And who's leading it? First Nations people are leading it. So that's my experience of these last few days. And going forward, it was the church that brought me here, and it was relationships that sustained me here, and it's relationships that I'll be cultivating, not just within my community, but beyond my community, and with the encouragement. Sometimes as a white, privileged, Christian, educated person, it's very difficult to figure out how to participate. You wonder what's authentic and how to live out of it. And words by one of our former moderators, Peter Short, years ago, he said to me, Kristal, feminists needed men to be feminists. And Aboriginal people need allies and partnership and friendship and people to be in real conversations that matter. You belong in this. Include yourself. And that was a very affirming word 10 years ago. But it's helped my journey to know that this is part of my story too.